It's kind of amazing. If you want to actually complete everything in this game, it is amazing how many boobs this game makes you look at to complete it. Like a really, really high amount of boobs. Where is Shop Bastard Jill? Come in. We'll be a food place, so... Shop Bastard Jill. Bastard Jill. Shop Bastard Jill. Genko Sushi. Shibuya. Is that it? No. Shop Bastard Jill. Oh, so it is here. Okay, it was even an entertainment place. I was looking at the wrong damn things. But I know where that is. It's easy to get to. Let's drink a bunch. Don't know how well drinking a bunch is going to go in terms of trying to mash it out a bunch. Because we'll be drunk. We can only drink so much at once, so I don't know how well that one's gonna work out, but we will fucking try. We're gonna get up. I appreciate that we have counter hits now, so at least when we get hit, we can just be like, oi, fuck you. It would be nice for this to do more damage, though. Keep relying on that combo, and I don't even know if that's like a great combo in terms of damage. Like in terms of doing a shitload of damage in one combo or fast. Don't know if that 4-hit one is actually the best one. Like the 3-hit one's pretty good, but the 4-hit one's easier. Ow, fuck you. Fuck you. And roll on you. There we go. Again, it takes a lot longer to kill people with Majima, but they're not upgraded. But Thug is just fun. Unlike Brawler, which is shit and useless. I'm never gonna stop. Never gonna stop. That's Majima's apartment. Majima lives right behind Mercury. Majima lives immediately behind Mercury. Well, that's interesting. Right next to part of the competition. Hi, everyone. I'm gonna fight all you as well. Fuck you. Do you mind? Honestly, just doing the rapid combo, because we now get the thing where we do a shitload at the end there. Working out pretty damn well, too. God damn it. Fuck you. Okay, fuck it. Baseball bat. I love how the baseball bat has the fucking fling out thing. Also, just drastically different music. Ah! Bounces off the walls, and that's like the biggest issue with this thing. But, oh, fuck. Fuck you. How many attacks is it to get that flipping one? I think it must be 4. Yeah, it's 4. 4 hits is the big one. Because 3 is the nunchucker one, which is really just good for crowd control. But that's a huge fucking damaging hit. But I'm gonna sit with the bat for a while, because it kills people faster, and I haven't used it much. Actually, go to my completion list. In battle, 200 in Thug, which I'm literally 1 away from, so actually let's use Thug for the next person we fight. And then we're gonna get to... And literally 1 more for Breakers. Okay, the next battle we're gonna do we're gonna do literally 1 more for each of those, and then we'll do 200 with Slugger Style, because fuck me. Okay, let's actually do that now before I forget. Fuck, okay, I didn't think I was gonna be that goddamn close. Oh, yo, alright, group of people, this works out perfectly. Okay. Oi! Fuck you! Fuck, okay. Yeah, it doesn't stun you a bunch for the... Dude, there we go. Well, that gets ya. Fuck you. Just die already. There we go. Beat 100 enemies in Breaker Style, and then, like a second later... Actually, yeah, let me pick up your hammer. Mate, heat attack someone with this. Well, I'm just gonna do that, so fuck it. Okay. And 1 more. BAM! Another completion point. Fucking that worked out well. Ah, better up. Wait, 1. Fuck you. 2, 3. There it is. All right, come fight me. Come fight me. Come on. Fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. The big flip. Fuck you. Oh man, finishing blow so satisfying. Well, yeah, that was 2 easy completion points right there. I mean, there is higher ones for getting them. Like, if we go back to the... That's the wrong thing. We go back to the completion list, go back to battle. There is... Oh, so the Thug one's now done. I thought it went up to 300. Maybe it goes up to 300 for Kiryu, because she plays Kiryu well. Or like his things are slightly longer. Okay, so now it is just 200 enemies in Slugger and then 200 in Breaker. So we'll stick with Slugger until we get to the 200, and then we'll go to Breaker, and then all those are done. Like, I've even helped everyone around town that I need to. So that works out well. One more Mr. Shakedown, and I get that one. But there's a bunch there. Like, I'm never gonna 100% this game in terms of that. I may not be able to resist myself once I actually finish it, and then just try to do that, like, so I can play this game more before I start Yakuza Kiwami, but not gonna be a fucking thing that I'm doing here. Let me show you to a seat. Shop bar! You look similar to the other person. Is this the shop bar, or did I go to the wrong place? I mean, I've never eaten here, it looks, so this might be a completely different place. But hey, we're gonna eat a bunch of food and just max out this place immediately. Fuck yeah. Boom. Ate all of that. Again, this is the food place next to it. But hey, another completion point. We're eating it. This is a deep fry place. Bowl eggs, that's fucked up. Asparagus, that's okay. So this is just a place that just deep fries everything. Fuck yeah. You have just given yourself a heart attack eating all of this. No, this is Kushikatsu Daruma. Okay, I completely fucked up. Never mind. I went to the exact. I went to the wrong place. But hey, I didn't even realize that was a place to eat at, and now it's finished. Another completion point. Alright, so you know, works out well. How many am I up to with Majima? Only 20. I guess I didn't get as many transferred over from what's his name as I expected. Oh right, Shopmaster Jill's the purple place. That's why I'm confusing myself. Is it down there? I guess it's down the end of this thing. This is Shopmaster Jill. Okay. Okay. I think I've been in here once, and it was to look for the money dude, because I was expecting you to be in here. This is a way fancier place than the one that's in, the other one. Actually, looking at this bar, I feel like I remember looking at this bar and drinking here. What, can I get you anything? Sure can. Alright. So we're just gonna slowly drink here and just try and max out the friendship meter for this place. Which also means I get to do this more. Fans of Japanese whiskey are on the rise, even overseas, and one big reason for that is this right here. Yamazaki whiskies have always been prize winners, but the 18-year-old variety has earned the most accolades. It has an irresistibly aged flavor with depth and a taste like dried fruits that comes from the sherry barrels in which it is aged. This, along with its fragrant chocolate note, makes for one full-bodied whiskey. A whiskey that is fruity and chocolatey. Interesting, I've never tried a whiskey like that. I mean, this is expensive, high-quality whiskey. The whiskey that I've tried is the stuff that you mix with fucking Coke. So, fair enough that it's not going to have a chocolatey accent to it or anything. I look forward to seeing you again. How drunk can you get before you pass out and die? How drunk can you get before you pass out and die? Maxing out a place with a bar is going to be more difficult. Yamazaki, 12 years old. Yeah, I literally ordered the most expensive thing. Alright, let's get more shit-faced. That is increasing the thing so slowly. Fuck, why did I try? Okay. Fuck. Okay. This one's gonna take a while. Maybe I won't do this one on camera. Well, I mean, like, I'll wait until it gets ready and then it's gonna... This is one of Japan's top single malt whiskeys. It's become such a status symbol that whiskey aficionados over the world have heard of it. They use carefully selected, perfectly matured malts to get that great, smooth flavor. Just your basic stock standard whiskey. Let's get fucking wasted! Oh, we've got the flashing red now. I've never seen that before. I look forward to seeing you again. Okay. So I feel like we can't drink more or we'll fucking pass out and die. Let's pass out and die, though. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. So fuck it. Let's see what happens. Let's drink some more fucking whiskey. God, it's increasing it so slowly when you drink it. Ugh. And you can't do multiple at once. It doesn't let you. This is another extremely popular Japanese whiskey. Spirits aged in sherry barrels at the Yamazaki distillery are blended with carefully selected malts and grains. This yields a bright aroma and a sweet fullness in the mouth, and the finish is deep and mellow. All of that just describes my penis. A lot of people call it Dharma because the bottle's round shape looks like a Dharma doll. Not even slightly sorry. Pass out and die. It's been a joy to have a customer who really savors his drinks. You've been visiting often recently, so if you'd like, your next drink is on the house. I am at the borderline point of dying from alcohol poisoning right now. You are trying to get me killed, good sir. You don't mind? Not at all. You are... No, I didn't even get a choice. I'm just gonna die. It's a good whiskey. It's 18-year-old Yamazaki, aged in sherry casks. Isn't that the 1500 one? Sherry cask, eh? That sounds pretty tasty. Yes, they're casks that were first used for aging sherry. The wood soaks up some of it in the process. And then they're used to age whiskey. It becomes infused with a subtle sherry aroma and takes on a unique tinge. Make it sound so enticing. I bet even someone who doesn't normally drink whiskey would be tempted. There's a lot of jerk-off hand motion when it comes to alcohol. In terms of just talking about the fine process of how they make it and everything like that. To really just like wank it off to just be like, oh, look how fucking fancy it is. It's aged in these barrels and everything like that. Like, there's a lot of that to alcohol. Like a shitload of it. You see it a lot with wine. And you also see it a lot with expensive spirits. And it's a big part of the advertising for a lot. There's that one fucking ad that's going on at the moment on YouTube. And I think it's for Jack. Where they're just like, you want to skip this ad, but we're not going to let you. So we'll just skip straight to the coals. Where we show the coal with fire or something. There's a crackling sound or something. I can't exactly remember what it is. It's like, there's so much jerk off to make alcohol seem like a really fancy, exclusive experience when it's used to get your shit faced. And I find it hilarious. That being said, the actual difference in brewing and manufacturing alcohol and the different things that you can do, I find interesting. I think a lot of it is placebo. I think there's a lot of things where they talk about subtle differences, and it's purely placebo to make people think that it'll be different, and then there are parts of it where it's very much, no, that's actually a thing. Like, if it's aged in a sherry barrel, I can understand why that would affect the flavor, because literally something else was sitting in that barrel before that has a very, very different flavor to whiskey, so I get why it would be different. But, I mean, like, the way that I'm talking about the alcohol here, and I do all that, and I do the Catherine thing, it's just like, the actual difference in alcohols and the different things about that. I genuinely do find interesting. I genuinely find it interesting. Cocktail trivia from Catherine is the best part of that game. Admittedly, not that difficult, because a lot of parts of that game are fucking awful, but it's the best part of that game. So, I'd love if I ever actually end up running a bar like I plan to, because the other dreams are too unrealistic, so the totally more realistic one is the fucking running a queer communist pub. If I do that, I'd love to have coasters where on the back of the coaster is random alcohol trivia. I'd love to do that. I think that would be fucking awesome. Bet accepted. But that means you'll have to bring your friends here to test your theory. So the free drink was just a clever way to make me bring you more customers, eh? You're quite perceptive. Well, thanks for the Yamazaki and the Sherry Cask trivia. I'll be back sometime to learn more. My pleasure. I'll be waiting. I wonder whether the cocktail trivia in this game is inspired directly by Catherine, or if this has always been a thing in Yakuza and Catherine took it from here. Alright, so I'm shit-faced drunk right now. It's not affecting my walk that much. So if I go back and drink it, I'm curious if you can drink yourself to death and die. I mean, I'm hoping it's not dying. I'm hoping it's like what happens in, I hate to bring this up again, GTA, where you drink too much, you throw up, and then you end up in a random spot in the city. I hope you don't fucking die from it, because if I die from it, then, you know, I lose a lot of progress, because I haven't saved in a while. Welcome, Majima-sama. Can I get you anything? Sama. Ooh. I don't know what that means. Glenfiddich. I love Glenfiddich. I've already done this at somewhere else, but fucking Glenfiddich. Fuck yeah. Glenfiddich 12 years is the best-selling single malt whiskey in the world. This bottle set the industry standard for a single malt. You'll find it light and fresh. The bouquet is fruity and the finish clean, making it exceptionally easy to drink. Its light flavor makes it popular with anyone new to single malt whiskeys. Glenfiddich's fantastic. It really is. It's so good. Again, I'm pretty sure I've literally done this at a different bar somewhere in this game. Because I saw Glenfiddich and I was just immediately, nah, it's Glenfiddich. I have to fucking do it right now. So I am wondering, there may not be a maximum alcohol limit. I may just stay this drunk and not get any drunker than that. There may not be a... okay, there's a limit. They won't let you kill yourself. They're actually responsible. Unlike the bars that are in the games that are set in America, or unlike the bars that are in real-life Australia. You could throw up in the bathroom, come back, and order a fucking big-ass fucking jug of beer, and you'd be fine, and no fucking place in Sydney would kick you the fuck out. Well, Maybe the places that are on, like, legal notice because they've had 12 or more punch-ups in the last year and they're on, like, very strict legal, like, restrictions because of it. Because if they have any more after that, they can get their whole fucking place shut down. So maybe those places give a shit. Other places don't fuck off. I've had 4 Long Island iced teas in the space of an hour at a bar here. And I went up and I ordered a 5th one and they were just like, yeah, sure, fine, fuck it, here's your 5th one. No, there was nothing about slowing down or anything. That only got me up to 40. I went in there with 10. Why is it so slow for there? Fuck, okay. Well, I guess we'll wrap this up. Let's watch porn until we get the next bit of dialogue for porn. Are we gonna get the dialogue where he turns around and says, sorry, you've jerked off too much today. You're gonna be coming blood if you do it any longer. Are we gonna have that happen? Is that gonna be a thing? Where is the Gendahara? Is that the Gendahara? No, that's the place where you challenge to do the thing. Disco, casino, ultimate karaoke. Gendahara, right at the bottom of the fucking map. Literally the opposite end of the map compared to where I am. Alright, let's watch some porn to wrap up this video. See if we can do the friendship stuff with there. I'm just trying to do a little bit more. Okay, well, we're gonna punch here. I'm just gonna try and do a little bit of the friendship stuff as we're playing the game casually while doing other stuff, so I don't have to do it all at the end like I did with here. And like, I'm not gonna cut out the like I'll speed up the outrun and stuff because it's the same thing over, and I'll speed up buying the stuff from the grocery place because, you know, it's the same thing again. The alcohol trivia, though, it's cocktail trivia, and it's new and interesting stuff all the time. I'm not going to cut that out, and I'm not going to cut out watching the porn over and over again with the Gendahara person. Well, because the more boobs that I put into a video, the more successful they'll be. So, you know, god damn it. I'm on the fucking largest arena in this goddamn game, and I'm still constantly hitting the fucking walls. Get away from the walls, you pricks! I'm trying to swing a bat and kill you all, and you're making it very difficult for me. Fuck you. So yeah, as mentioned before, and as we'll mention again, I hope everyone's okay with watching boobs for the next, like, 20 minutes. Real sorry, so we won't be causing trouble again. We got slightly better at stamina, and it's... Yay. More healing. Oh, Nova Rich. What weapons do I have? Kind of forgot that I had these for a second. I got my cannon. I fixed up my cannon. Oh, the cannon doesn't break, but it uses the stuff. Sakura Storm. Plus 40. The super spicy knife is the most damaging thing out of everything. By far. I was thinking if there's going to be any dramatic weapons that we haven't used yet. Well, the first time I used the cannon, it was exciting. I used it on one of these fuckers, but I don't really have anything else at the moment. I'm just going to beat the crap out of you like this. It's fun. Ah! Stomp on your face. 7 million! Hell yeah. So that quickly, you can just get 7 million. I mean, there's so many other ways to make money. Okay, there's that one other way of making money that's really good, but we're not good at that yet. So I can't do any of the club stuff yet, because I'm gonna do a bunch of club stuff first before we get to that point, so I gotta wait until this ends before I can do club stuff, and then once we can do club stuff, then we'll be on from there. Man, Lee died, like, right here. And there's no even scorch marks on the ground or anything. To be fair, we don't actually know how long Sagawa tortured us. That was the thing that was happening, but we don't know how long he did it for, so... Do you mind? I mean, clearly not. Spinning attack's so cool. I mean, this is the most effective one. Man, each little bit doesn't do much damage, but it keeps people the fuck away from you. That's a fun one, though. Didn't even... God, even the strong attack didn't hit through your block. Fuck. That's why this one's so effective, because it's just rapid fire hits that constantly just hit people and keep them away from you. Here it is. The one that... You're literally dead now. You don't survive that shit. You're fucking dead. Stupid alleyways. I forgot about the rolling one. Forgot about the weird rolling bat attack. Still fun. Alright, where's Pawn? Here's Pawn. Hi, Pawn. How are you? A lot of elevators here. Very condensed, built-up place. So it's in Bori. So we've got to take elevators up. Yes, all right. Again, hope everyone's okay staring at boobs for a while, because we're going to do this. Oh, yeah, we keep the girls from the other one. So, yeah, we've still got Haruka and Rika and Marina. The Marina one's still weird. Like, she was just a part of a sub-story thing for so long, and now she's just there. Is there anyone else that we know who's on any of these? Luca's there. So she's actually there from the mini game, the game place. So we're gonna actually see her right there. Anyone else that we know? I mean, there might be some names, but it may have been a while since I've seen them. So, no. Yuki Natsumi. Is that Yuki? I think that's Yuki. Holy shit. Holy shit. Is it? I don't even know. The hair's similar. Looks similar. But then there was also Yuki the bartender. Could it be her? I don't even know. Like, the hair is very, very similar. I'm thinking it's her. Because there's no other Yukis on here, so I don't think any of the others are the bartender. Unless this is the bartender. Let's watch this one. Again, the hair is very similar to the Yuki from the Cabaret Club, so I don't actually... But there was also Yuki the bartender at Maharaja, so I don't know which Yuki it is. But anyway, let's watch some boobs while we become friends with the dude here. Your hair's a lot shorter than the Yuki at the Cabaret Club, so I don't know if it's you or not. But the hair's significantly shorter. Like, the fringe is similar where it comes down above one eye and then stops there, and then there's the gap above the other one. That's very similar. But the hair's a lot shorter. Man, face is similar. But video game face compared to real life face can look very different, so hard to say. Speaking of... No. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the first person who's talked about how the Yakuza games... I'm assuming it's going to be the other games, but, kind of objectify women. A little. A lot. Like, again, like, there's no inherent issue with a bunch of the female characters in your game being real-life AV models or anything like that. There's nothing wrong with that. When it's all of them, it gets a bit weird. Because it's very clear you only are willing to have female characters in your game if they're porn stars. Like, the fact that, like... Again, the weird one for me is Marina. Marina from the real estate thing. That's the weird one for me, where she's still based on a porn star. That's the weird one to me, because you speak to her so much, and there's so much other parts of her personality, and it's like, oh, and she's still a porn star. Like, again, nothing wrong with her also being a porn star. Porn stars are, like, are multifaceted, multi-purpose people. Nothing wrong with that. It's just, it's weird to have that character, and then when you make it in the game, still decide, but she's still gotta be a porn star, kind of thing. Like, it's that part that's weird. Where it's like, you get to that point where you've had, like, you've made this female character, and then it's just like, and she's still gonna be a porn star. That's the weird part. Yo. Oh, okay. Okay, so I guess going here is two friendship things. It's for you and the person who owns this place. Interesting. A few. Let's swap info with some girls worth checking out. I watched a video of Yuki. So you go for that type. Wow, I never would have thought. The type of woman who could kill me. Like, that didn't look like Yuki just then. But that's my type. You got a problem with that? Nothing, it's just, you know, not even I go for that. Maybe she's worth a second look. Wow, you're an asshole. Whatever. Let's hear you pick from, hear your pick of the crop. Weirdos. Way too many. Just how horny are you, man? Look at him. He looks more horny than the dude in Kamurocho because he's literally wearing, like, a diaper and nothing else. That's only the tip of the iceberg. Speaking of tip... I'm sorry. Damn it, you win. Of course he wins. What's up? Speaking of what... I can't help it. I ain't ever talked about this kind of thing before with anyone. That was really weird, even though we're both dudes and all. What do you mean? The desire to have sex is nothing to be ashamed of. Every guy has it bottled up in there somewhere. Well, I mean, asexual people don't. But nothing wrong about it. when you get to the point where you're objectifying women and not caring about their personalities at all is bad. And when you're going around harassing people, it's bad. I'm not saying anything with them two are doing it, but hey. I've had it feel good telling me about what kind of girls turn you on, right? Does feel kind of like a relief to get it off my chest. Speaking of chest, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not, but I'm sorry. Don't need to make a big secret out of it. Tell the whole world. Speaking of whole, oh my god. I will never stop. I'll never stop. Maybe you got a point. Osaka sure is crazy though. Ain't no way to keep track of all the different places and all the different girls. That just means we got to share some info often to raise your batting average. Yeah. My monster's roaring. I gotta go slay it. So you don't come in your pants directly in front of me like the other dude does. Guy's got the stamina of a horse. That built up the friendship meter a lot quicker than it did for the person up here. Like, that was a lot more of a meter jump for that one than it was for you. Watching the porn here is important for two of them. For two people here. Okay, who else we got? We got Luca, who teased us before. Who here's like... Okay, let's look through these people here and let's just go for my type. Who's my type? I mean, none of them explicitly look like they could kill me, and that's the main thing. I mean, Ayaka was the main one just based on personality when we're talking to her on the phone. And I'm pretty sure we already saw her video. I mean, even there, like, the dress sense, like, the hairstyle and everything is the closest to my style in real life anyway. So, you know, there's also that. I like Riona's hair, though. So we're gonna go for that. Like, where do we get to one of these videos and the first thing that you see is the bottom of a stiletto heel pointing, and the camera's pointing up? Like, when do we get to that? No, I think I've seen this one. I recognize someone having balloon animals. But I may also be crazy. There's nothing that marks whether you've watched them or not. So, you know. It's hard to say. Speaking, I'm sorry. I've already done that one, so that's cheating. I mean, realistically, any of you watching, you see the first and last names of the people who are watching videos of. You can literally type this into YouTube, and you can probably find videos of them actually having sex. So I don't really know if I need to watch all of this. So, you know, the people watching can jerk off, but hey. If you can jerk off while you're hearing my voice, then you're either watching the actual porn videos of me, or I find it impressive that you found a Let's Play that you can, you know, orgasm to. And if that's the case, you're living your best life. Other people may disagree with the definition of best, but you're living your best life if you can jerk off the Let's Plays. I'm impressed by that. If you're able to do that. I've personally never had a Let's Play where I could do that. Not even the ones where they're playing explicitly sex games. Because, you know, most of the people talking over them don't have a voice that's super sexy. So, that meter is built up so much less than the actual dude downstairs. Even when we complete the friendship dude for Diaper Man, we're gonna need to watch so many more videos. Hello, you look full of energy as usual. You too. Trade information. It is different ways to get friendship up. A girl that cute would do that. Don't get pulled in by the pretty face. She's wild. If you don't watch out, she'll maul ya. Now you're talking more like my type. She wasn't even on my radar, but I've got some juicy info for you too. Got a name and a place? I do. So you just like are you just spying on girls in the street? Because if so, that's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. Don't fucking do it. Stop it. Never gonna catch up to you in numbers though. I gotta do my homework and focus on a few to get my hit rate up. Are you talking about people that you're jerking off to in the middle of the street? Or are you talking about there's actually people that you know who you're actually sleeping with? Because even then it's weird. Because like if you go around to someone and just be like, yo, there's this girl and we fucked and it was great. Go and try and fuck her. Even that's still weird. Don't fucking do that. Like, it's fucking weird. Like, if you want to exchange reviews of different escorts you've been with and you want to still not be a creep about it, sure. If you're talking about random fucking strangers just being like, there's this girl who frequents Hot Damn and she fucks like a tiger and she does this thing with her pinky, go to Hot Damn and try and find her. If someone came up to me and said that, I'd be like, one, you're like 3 or 4 years too late. Hot Dam's closed down, which is the biggest tragedy in Sydney. And two, fuck off and don't be a weirdo. But that would be my response. But I don't know. That's dedication. I just go wherever my urges take me without thinking about anything. But based on the fact that he was just staring at the people in Odyssey, I think he's jerking off people in the street, which is weirder. More exciting when you're going in blind, right? You know, when you try to play it safe, you spend a lot of time going through the photos to pick a girl you like. Even if the girls turned out just be as hot as the photo, it still feels like something's missing. The only way to taste the thrills I'm out for is to jump in without choosing a girl and let fate be your guide. Honestly, I can kind of respect that more, because it means you're not picking one person and trying to prey on them, or harass them into sleeping with you, or jerking off to them in public, just being a fucking weirdo. Just talking to people and seeing what happens, I can respect that more, buddy. You're a real natural at this. You've come a long way in such a short time. Speaking of long, speaking of short, it made my inhibitions melting away. Probably get a lot of stress in your job. Speaking of job, you have to lay yourself bare, at least in your downtime. That one's kind of just a given, so not even a thing. It's definitely relaxing. So, alright, go buff the baloney. Is that how you spell baloney? I thought baloney was spelled Bologna. Isn't it Bologna? Or are they doing it? I don't know. It still builds up so much slower watching them here than it does down there. Okay. Who else are we gonna perv on? Okay, so I don't know who I haven't. Like, the only people I know I haven't perved on are the people who are new on here. Look at all these people. Maybe I have. I don't fucking know. Miho Tono. Oh, you're the Miho. Are you Popo Tenkaichi Street Miho? Was her name Miho? Cause you'd be new. Luca's new. You look older than you did when you were working at that place. If this is who this is. I think Miho was the girl at the convenience store. I think so. Like, I'm just waiting to the point where we finish off Miss Tatsu's training and turns out Miss Tatsu is too. Because in that case, I'd actually be interested. Because again, Miss Tatsu looks like someone who could kill me if she wanted to or needed to. And it's my type, so, you know. It's like that song. That's about the type of woman that I'm into. I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch and I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch and I'm a bitch. Did I mention I'm a bitch? I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch. I am also a bitch. You know you wouldn't want me to not be a bitch. Right? Right? High five, everyone. No! Fuck y'all. Okay, so the whole thing about how I thought I already saw the other girl because of the balloon animals. Yeah, balloon animals are just a thing, it seems, across multiple of them. So I guess, you know, there's that. There's a... Alright, you seem to like our videos quite a bit. Hey, new dialogue. Taking a break from the daily routine's important, that's all. He says as he's come into here 3 times in a row. Speaking of come. I suppose so. And to make sure our shop provides a relaxing atmosphere for our customers, I keep the booths nice and tidy. I appreciate that. I'm glad that part of your job is going off and cleaning the cum stains off the wooden chairs, like multiple times a day. Please come again. We'll be waiting. Oh, we'll come again. It's just... When you're willing to put the effort into the innuendos, they're fucking everywhere. You didn't show up that time. Interesting, okay. Do I have to go and find you before you go any further? Huh, okay. But the dialogue changed for the dude up here, so I'm wondering if... Will something happen up here now? Oh, it's you. How can I help you today? Will something happen now? I don't know. Luca! See what the ride was about? Yeah. So I'm guessing Luca at Sega High Tech Land was not 14, given the fact that she's an AV model here. I'm pretty sure even if age of consent's lower in Japan, I'm pretty sure the age for being in porn is still 18. The facial expressions you have are awesome. I can talk about how I don't like over-sexualization in games and everything like that, but I can still find things sexy. Like this is explicitly a situation where it's about sex, and so like talking about just like, hey, this person's sexier than the other for my personal tastes, it's fine. It's just more so like I'm fine doing it. Just the existence in the game is like the game's bad, not me. Fuck you. No. Again, like I have like, and I know it may be considered biased to say this while there's an ass taking up 60% of my camera screen right now. There's nothing inherently wrong with this in a game. Like, this is in the game in an explicitly sexual situation for sex. Like I have issues like, for example, Danganronpa, where like characters will be stripped naked in just random situations, and that's just like, that's being a perv. Like, that's perving on someone in a non-sexual situation and getting sexual enjoyment out of another person when they're not in a sexual situation where they're presenting themselves sexually. That's fucking weird, and don't fucking do that. And I have issues with that. This is explicitly sexual, it's for sexual purposes, and that's fine. Like, I have no issue with that inherently. Like, there's nothing wrong with sex in a video game being enjoyed for the sake of sex in the context of sex with consent, which, like, it's videos of them and they're actual models. So, obviously that's there. Like, I have no issue with that inherently. The issue is more so when the trend is mainly about sexualizing the women. Like, the men are a little. Majima and Kiryu are, because of their bodies. Like, their bodies, like, I mean, there's the power fantasy of beating the shit out of people and the power fantasy of their bodies. But their bodies aren't just, like, huge. Like, it's not like Batman in the Arkham games, where his muscles are so fucking huge that no woman, except for the people who are really into that, would actually want to fuck them because they're huge and gross muscles at that point. That's purely for dudes to just be like, oh, I'm fucking jacked. Whereas, like, Majima and Kiryu have a body shape that's, like, toned, athletic, and, like, what is typically appealing for women. It's like Nathan Drake, where it's just like Nathan Drake isn't huge, swole dude. He's what's appealing, to, like, in a typical sense, to women. But it's like the two dudes, Majima and Kiryu, and only in the scenes where they have their shirt off, which does happen a number of times and is in the intro. But it's like almost every woman that we talk to as an NPC in this game, it seems like almost all of them are AV models. And again, nothing wrong with having AV models as some of your characters. Like, that's fine. Like, AV models, porn stars, escorts can have multiple things, and there's nothing wrong with them doing something else when they're also that. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's when the trend steers towards it almost being exclusively all the women in your game are AV models. So that, like, and you're saying that, like, every woman in your game has to have this sexual aspect to them, which doesn't have to be true. You can just interact with a woman and it's just fine. Like, again, the fact that, like, it's a weird thing of just, you speak to these characters, like Miho, Amiri, like Miho from the, what's it called, convenience store, Amiri, or Amiru, I forget her name, if it's Amiri or Amiru, I think it's Amiru, from the Mac Bowl, Luca from the Sega High Tech Land. I'm gonna guess it'll say the same with, what's her name here? Kyoko, obviously, Kyoko. Like, you talk to those women, and they're their own fleshed out characters, and they've got that, and and you talk to them, and you just have fun with them, and that's cool. And then it's just like, oh, you spoke to them so enough, your reward is sex? Which, like, it's a combination of just, like, it's fine that these women also have a sexual side to them, and they're not shamed. Like, I'll appreciate that. Like, the women also being porn stars, there's no shame brought on the women just being like, oh, you also do porn? Wow, you're a disgusting person. Like, there's none of that here. Which a lot of games are just like, oh, woman does sex work at all, she's gross or filthy. Like, there's none of that here, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate that they're able to have, like, women who are sexual have other aspects to them, and women can have other aspects to them and also be sexual, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, that, cool. The fact that it's like, talk to the woman a bunch, the reward is seeing them sexually, is a bit weird. Like, there's that, like, it's not the worst example of sex in video games. And there's parts of it that are done well. It's just, the overall trend and some of how it works is a bit weird. And, like, the overall trend is women are more sexual in this game than men. And overall, women are more sexual than they are than almost anything else in this game. And that overall is where the issue lies, is that the number one feature across most of the women in this game is sexual. Like, that's the one thing that pretty much all of them have in common. It's something that almost all of them have, and it's something that's almost a part of them almost all the time, is sex, where the men aren't that. And that's where the issue lies, when it's the overall trend of the main characteristic that shares the women And something that almost all the women have is their sexual aspect, and how it's an important part of all of them because they're all AV models. Whereas the men, how the men fuck isn't an important part for a lot of the characters. There's a lot of NPCs that you talk to that are men, where how they fuck is not an important part of their character. That, like, the main defining character of most of the men in the game is violence. So that speaks into the whole traditional gender roles of women and sex, men are violent, and, you know, all of that. Like, again, on an individual level, I'd say most of the way the women are treated in this game is not a bad thing, individually. It's when the overall trend, and then you compare that trend of how the women are treated compared to how the men are treated. That's where the issue lies. And again, my solution isn't to say, don't have the sexual aspects of the women. Maybe don't have it for every single female character in the game. Don't remove it. But have like a bunch more for them. Like, let us enter a host bar. Let us watch videos of dudes. Like, let that be a thing too. Like, my solution to sexual parody and equality between men and women, and the and women being treated as sex objects being their defining characteristic. My solution isn't to remove the sex from it. It's to, let's slut up the guys too. Why can't the guys be slutty? Why can't we perv on them? Like, that's a way better solution, because you don't want to shame the sex, and it's also a way better solution because then you get to perv on guys. Like, and it makes more sense to want to perv on the guys. Because when you perv on the women, you don't get to hear them talk. And that's like, but like, their personalities, and you want to talk to them and everything like that. When you get to perv on the guys in a video like this, you get to watch them and just fuck off, and you don't even have to deal with their bullshit afterwards. It's the best part. But we don't get that. No, we're going to deal with the guys when they're being just total assholes. We get the satisfaction of beating the shit out of them at least. But we don't even get to see them with their shirt off. Where the women, like, we don't even get to explore their personalities of being actual interesting people. We just get to actually, okay. I guess that part's not true. The whole point is you get to experience a lot of these women's personalities and then see them. Not the Telephone Club girls, but... is that Luca that we just watched? I'm not even sure. We're just slowly building up this friendship while we just, like, porn. At some point, I should probably stop because we're not building up the meter for the other dude as well. So we want to actually find out how to do that as well. So at some point, we should stop watching all these in a row. So, yeah. Nozomi, again, I've lost track of who I haven't watched at this point, so we're just gonna keep going for it. I'm kind of waiting to see if there's another thing that procs for this dude in terms of a conversation or anything, but hey. I mean, we'll get to a point where we max out the friendship with this dude, and then we're still gotta find how to actually max it out with the other libido dude, and then we just get to watch more, so, you know. Also, I guess if we watch enough, we might get more completion points. Because watching 5 of them was a completion point. I wonder if watching more will be a completion point. That's a very, very, very pink bathtub. It's the idea that when you're sitting in that, you can't see the pink of your bikini, so it looks like you're naked. Because it probably doesn't work that way, but I guess it's the idea. I don't know. There's also the fact that these videos are like super vanilla and like they're kind of all samey. They're all fairly vanilla, and I'm just like, if you're gonna have sex in your game, like have a variety, have a wider variety. Like a lot of the women have very similar body types here, somewhat similar personalities in terms of how they present their personalities in a silent video where they're not talking. Even just the way that the camera's shot for each of them. If you're gonna do the different one, like if you're gonna have sex in your game, do the different things. It's like fucking, okay, so like the worst example of that, of it's vanilla and boring as shit. Oh my god, the worst example of that is just Detroit Become Human. I mean, that game's bad in a lot of fucking ways. Oh my god, the strip joint in that. You have androids. The androids are lifelike, they feel like skin. And you can fucking program to do whatever you want unless they go deviant, which in that game, there's a lot of them that don't until the story starts. You have a sex club where you can make androids look like whatever the fuck they want, and they feel like actual fucking humans, and they can look like whatever the fuck you want them to. And every single goddamn person in that fucking club is a generic fucking white person with a generic white person fucking body, and they're all wearing the most basic black underwear that is possible. God damn it, David Cage and Quantic Dream. How fucking vanilla are you? You literally have an android club for fucking, where you can make the androids do whatever the fuck you want. Fucking how the hell do they all look the goddamn same? From a business standpoint, for that business to run, it would be a disaster. It is said to be the... You have androids. Fucking... It would make sense to have, like... a wide diversity of types of sex bots. Because there's a wide diversity of people who like their foot. Like, oh my god. Like, the universe is literally set up to have the most diversity in the sex in that game as possible. Because you can make them do whatever the fuck you want. Because you can fucking control them. Because the way that Detroit, like, they're not always human in Detroit Become Human. Androids are not human until they go deviant. Before then, they are literally treated as trash. Even by the fucking characters who are on the side of androids should be like, you can make them do it, you can make them look like however the fuck you... And they're all just generic white people in, like, basic black bikinis with the most, like, standard pretty body type. And there's, like, maybe 2 Asians. Oh my god. Like, there's no black people. I don't think there's a single black person in the club. I don't think there's a single Latinx person in the club. There's none of them that have a larger or a smaller body type. There's no furries! There's no furries! There is not a single fursuit or, like, furry android in that entire sex club. And that is fucking insane. That is stupid. The world building in your game fucking sucks, David Cage. It sucks. It sucks. Detroit Become Human is simultaneously one of the best world building things I've seen of the future and one of the worst. It's a thing where it's like it takes place like 20 years in the future and cities still look like fucking cities. Which is not, like, so many future things, and Deus Ex is the worst of this. Like, the 2 newer ones. Whereas it's like 20 years in the future, everything looks completely different in cities, like completely different things. This is like, fuck off. Like, Deus Ex, we're not gonna get to 15 years from now, and every city looks fundamentally completely different to how they look now, and everything looks like a piss filter's been covering it. Like, that's not gonna fucking happen. Whereas Detroit Become Human is just like what the future cities look like. How they look like now, but with more Internet of Shit stuff in there. Everything's a fucking smart screen. Everything's got a projector. Like, it's how cities look like now, but technology is in everything to an absurd, over-present state where it's obstructive, which is totally what our future's gonna be, because we're already fucking there. Sometimes it's useful. Sometimes it's there because it needs to be techy, so it looks advanced, and really, it just slows everything down and makes it way worse. Fucking installing firmware update for your fucking lights. Oops, you can't turn off your fucking lights. Like, that shit. Like, that is the world building of Detroit Become Human, and it's super fucking accurate. And then there's the world building of Detroit Become Human of global conflicts rising. The fact that they think it's gonna take like 20 fucking years before that happens with Russia and America is funny. The fact, like what happened a year before Detroit Become Human came out is like what they say has started happening between Russia and America in that game. That part's weird. But like, that's happening. Androids being present is creating like massive like income inequality and massive unemployment, which is harming people in a very tangible way in that game. And that's totally our future. Like, maybe not explicitly androids, but the prevalence and like technology taking over so many aspects of life to such a large degree is totally going to make a massive income equality problem. It's totally going to result in a shitload of unemployment. The game never addresses the fact that that's because of capitalism. It just thinks that's an inherent part of, like, it never mentions that the actual issue is capitalism creating this, not like, it says like it's the android's fault, where it's just like, no, it would be fine if capitalism wasn't the way that it was. Like, it doesn't do that, and that's upsetting. But then you've got parts where you've got a sex club with no furries, and I'm just like, your world building is shit because it is dumb. Like, there's parts of the world building that are accurate, and the other parts of the world building where it's just like, this was a shitty straight white guy who figured this is what the future was gonna look like, right? Like, someone who was the most boring stock standard vanilla person ever. Their thoughts on the future? Yeah, totally. Yo, we got different dialogue now. I see you here a lot, sir. You must love watching our videos. I wouldn't go as far as say I love them, but yeah, I've been coming here fairly regularly. Speaking of coming, sorry, I've been meaning to ask you something. Have you seen any videos recently that you thought were super hot outside of our shop? There's videos outside of the shop. I don't really watch videos anywhere else. I don't have the internet. Oh, I see. Why so disappointed? I watch all the videos we carry here. I have to, as part of my job. Speaking of job, also, good excuse. I became so used to watching erotic videos that my little guy stopped responding to them. Wow, that's rough. That's rough. You hear that about some people who do porn and stuff. Sorry, what? Erotic videos no longer arouse me. No, that would suck. And it's not only videos. Nothing at all excites me anymore. Nothing at all. You're having the problem that the Mr. Libido from the other town has. Fuck. I'm scared that it'll become a problem for me in my private life as well. Too much of a good thing, huh? Even if I hooked up with a girl now, what if I couldn't get it up? I shudder to think of it. One, there's medication for that. Two, you can have so many different types of sex that do not require erections. Like, again, vanilla thinking. Okay, on a totally, like, similar related note, but something that's actually cool about it. Did you see in fucking Devil May Cry 5? I'm sorry that I stopped the game to rant about stuff, like, so constantly, but it's fucking hilarious, some of those things. Did you see the thing in Devil May Cry 5? For one of the pre-order bonuses, one of the Devil Breaker arms that Nero gets, it's called, like, Sweet Touch or something, and it's, the description for it is just, this is a hand that Nero uses with, I forget her fucking name, K something. His wife. I forget her name, fuck, that's bad. With his wife, because his actual, like, power would actually just hurt her, and his hand has a vibration feature in it, and I'm just like, oh my god, that's so sweet. Like, Nero is aware that, like, his boner would kill his wife because he's half demon. So instead, he got a sex toy made as his arm, and he uses that on his wife so his wife can still feel the pleasure and everything, and it's still them, like, together. I'm just like, that's so sweet. Like, aww. Like Nero's a dude who's confident in his sexuality, because he is willing to use sex toys on his wife where, like, it's not directly his dick that's doing it, and he is comfortable with that, and he is happy with that because it is still that emotional bonding between them, and he is still able to, like, give pleasure to his wife. It's like, that is a dude who's confident in his sexuality. Nero is someone to look up to in that regard. Fucking so good. So good. My only hope lies in finding a super hot video that can awaken my senses. So that's why you asked me for recommendations. Yes. Sorry I couldn't be of service. Speaking of service, don't worry about it. And I'm sorry for pouring out my troubles to you like this. Come on now, don't be so down. I'll try. Speaking of down, that's what you are now, because you can't get a boner. I'm gonna end the episode. Oh, hey!
Yo!
We are getting more to discuss with you. Huh. Took a while before we actually discussed with you again. Okay. How many of you got to watch for this? Fuck. Had any gorgeous babes lately? The girls are fun enough, but I always look forward to comparing notes like this just as much. Wow. That is an aspect of men sometimes where they enjoy talking about their sexual exploits more than the actual sex, because sex is only a competition to them and a goalpost to achieve rather than an actual thing. What's for this brother thing? It ain't like we're Yakuza here. It's not like we're strangers. We're comrades in the pursuit of the one-gun salute. Let's keep it friendly. Fine. Hot girl gossip. She was no good, huh? Yeah, I had a bad feeling about her. Are you talking about fucking people or perving on them? I don't know which is worse. You should have told me sooner then. It was such a disappointment. I had to go straight on to another place after that. Yeah, right. Like you weren't gonna go anyway. You got me. Oh yeah, did you go to that place I told you about? The service there was nothing special though. Why the recommendation? You know the guy on their staff with the weird hair? Guy? I remember him with the weird accent. He was alright. He always answers the phones with YOLO, but nobody understands him. So he has to keep repeating himself. I always bust a gut hearing him practically screaming, YOLO, YOLO. Oh, it's just funny. It's just funny. Okay. What a couple of a-holes. Speaking of, haven't laughed like that in years. Oh my god, you're actually becoming fucking actual friends. Now we're having more fun talking about a dude than hot girls. I guess we're kind of drained that well dry. Can't be many girls left in Certain that we don't know yet. Because of fucking creeps. Guess I'll head home. Speaking of head, you ain't heading to another place? That's new. Everyone's got to rest at some point. Take it easy then. Bye. He's not running off. We're gonna have a similar thing with him, with the other dude, aren't we? But we've got to find someone that'll really drive him crazy. All right, we've looked at enough boobs. We've complained enough about sex. And Oh, fuck. This is the Chinese broadsword dude. No, I'm just saving it here. I'm not worrying about you. There's a lot of friendship things, like, right next to each other here. We've seen enough boobs. We've complained enough about sexuality in video games. Let us end the episode here, because I'm getting to, you know... This is going to be like an entire... I apologize if the episode that you're currently watching was just an entire episode of watching porn with me stopping every 5 minutes to complain about something. But hey, that's the Yakuza experience, and that's the me experience. An opinionated arsehole who has thoughts on every fucking thing that you can fucking see in a video game, including how they relate to real-world situations. I'm just a cunt, and you should know this by now. Speaking of cunt, on the next episode, we're not actually going to be, like... I'm going to do it like that, dude. We're going to take a rest. We'll worry about building some of the friendships later. The next episode, I got to start doing that 5 stars stuff, and I don't know how I'm going to do that in terms of videos. So, shit's going to get weird. Because I want to do the girl sub stories as, like, the extra bonus videos. Because the platinum training takes way too long for, like, to put into normal videos like we did with Yuki. But then I've also got to do the actual 5-star stuff, which is on camera. But I got to grind out before I can even get to... Shit's going to be weird because this stuff is weird to record. So basically, the next episode might be but that might be an in-between thing. And then maybe there'll be like us taking on the next club or something. I don't even know. Shit's going to get weird. So until then, this is version 2, signing out.